Now it's time for Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul.
Good morning, Chris.
Hi. Hello, Paul.
Wait, let's try this again.
Oh, good, because my voice cracked. Okay. I got the puberty squeaks.
Now it's time for Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul. Now it's time for Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul.
Hello, Chris.
Hi, Paul.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Good. I'm glad you're here.
Me too.
It's a big, wonderful, sunny day, and what we like to do on the Past Week, Next Week program is that we like to start our program with a song. And this song, it's pretty exciting because this was, we got from, that's right, a listener. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, folks, we have listeners.
Yeah. And it is, I think it's an older song, but I've never heard it before. And I think I'm going to have trouble even telling you the name of it.
Yeah.
But, and your mom made food, so I didn't have to.
Right. Yeah, so I wanted to do this for Tate because he'd never camped, but I'm like, I stay in hotels now. I don't camp.
Right.
However, we went out to Lake Jacomo last night, the Lake Jacomo campground.
Jacomo is abbreviated Jackson County, Missouri.
Right. A lot of people think it's like a Native American term.
Right.
You know, oh, Jacomo, why'd you Jacomo all over me? But it's not. It's shortened Jackson County, Missouri. The county does a great job with that campground. And
hats off to Frank White for being in charge of that place.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Second Baseman.
Golden Glove.
But it was fun. I had a great time.
The weather couldn't have been better.
Oh, it could not have been better. It got down to like 60 at night.
Perfect.
And had the windows open in the tent, a little breeze coming through. You could hear all the sounds of the animals, the birds, and the insects. And I slept great.
Was your nephew annoyed by your snoring?
You know, he told me that my snoring was not too bad. I warned him about it, and he said it wasn't. However, to be fair, when I have snored with you, we've typically been on trips where we've drank a lot of alcohol.
Let me see. Yep.
Yeah.
True.
And that really accentuates the snoring. So I was not getting blasted.
Yeah.
So it was pretty quiet. So he said it wasn't bad. And I don't know, man. I had a great time. Like, I can see why people camp. I forgot, but he brought it back for me.
Yeah.
So that was one thing. I do want to add two other quick ones. One, happy birthday, Abby Whiting.
Yeah.
19 years old today.
Yeah.
My sweet little baby. She's going out to brunch with her friends from college because she's so grown up now, and they're going to a place in Columbia. You might know it because you love brunch, and
I do.
You
and
know
I've
Columbia.
been. Whenever I went to Columbia, I had brunch. So
Okay, this room 38.
it's amazing. It's
Is
so
it really
yes.
good? Okay.
For brunch particularly.
So I called her this morning and wished her happy birthday, and she told me that's her friends are taking her there for brunch today.
Oh, that's awesome.
So happy birthday, Abby. I'm moving her back home in like 2 weeks on May 14th. So we'll officially celebrate when she gets back home. And then my other daughter, Molly, a little more Mizzou news.
Yeah,
So
I love it.
she got tapped this week.
Yeah, I never knew what that was, but I figured it out in the meantime.
I didn't know what it was either. She texted me on Friday and said, hey, I'm going to be tapped at 1:35. And I'm like, I don't know if this is appropriate to share with your father.
Right.
But it was not what I was thinking at all. So there are 6 or 7 like secret honor fraternities at Mizzou. I did not know about this. And each one of them only gets, I don't know, like 9 or 10 kids a year that they add. Like, I guess it's a big darn deal.
And they're all academic, right?
They're
Or at least you have to
academic
have
and service.
You have to have that level.
Yeah, so you've got to have good academics, but you've got to be very involved as well.
Like it's not the kind of fraternity where like, oh, awesome, here comes Jack who's all up in my face, and here comes the Droosh. I want to party with these guys. They would never make it.
I'm doubting that Jack or the Droosh would get tapped.
Well, maybe
and that's
they
nothing against
maybe
them.
they would, but not for what they're known for, partying their ass off.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
they're good time. Two good time Charlies is what I call them.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is more. Because I asked her, I'm like, so what do you do in this group? She's like, well, we do service projects anonymously. We, do philanthropy and help people out. And I'm like, oh God, how can I get out of this conversation?
Yeah.
But,
you did tell her that academics and what is it?
Philandering.
Yeah, philandering. And academics and philanthropics is for nerds, right?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Loser.
Yeah.
So she sent me a link to the live stream to watch this. So I'm watching the tapping ceremony, and they're announcing. They talk about have some provost or somebody talking about what a big deal this is,
Yeah.
and then the current president of the society comes and announces each one of the people that are getting tapped, and they give a laundry list of everything they're involved in. And it was all very impressive. These kids are doers and
Right.
go-getters. And then they read an excerpt from one of the recommendation letters that someone sent in on their behalf. So I'm watching Molly's, and then they say her name and they read the list of everything she's involved in, and then they read what this professor said about her, and I just lost it.
Oh.
I mean, I just was bawling like a baby. And then Jane's sitting next to me, and she starts crying because I'm crying at Molly and just so proud of
That's
her.
sweet.
So that was really nice. That was on Friday. And then on Saturday, she...
No, can I make a comment?
yeah.
I don't mean to be belittling, but just secret societies. I don't know.
But how...
I don't know if little Asian people used to be able to be in those.
Well, how
and we didn't
secret
like
is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't... Yeah, I don't know.
I'm glad that they're using different techniques now. Requirements.
I mean, if you're live streaming the induction ceremony, how secret is it?
Right. Yeah.
So, but I was so proud.
Yeah.
So proud. And then yesterday on Saturday, she texts me, "Hey, Dad, where did my eyeglasses come from?" Like, why?
Jesus.
Well, let's hypothetically say I lost them in a lake. Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
So I call her, and she's like, okay, so you know how, like, I like to sleep in my glasses because I don't want to wake up and not be able to see? I'm like, yeah. She
Is
goes,
that
"Well,"
really a thing? Or is that...
yeah, that is
Okay.
really a thing.
Yeah.
She goes, well, then you could understand why when I'm swimming in a lake, I would want to keep my glasses on because I don't want to come out of the water and not be able to see. Like, I'm not sure I'm following the logic, but okay.
Yeah.
It's like, so, and then I went underwater with my glasses on, and I thought, well, they'll stay on. It's fine. But they didn't stay on, and now they're down at the bottom of the lake. I'm like, okay. Where's your backup pair? Well, I think I left them at home. I forgot to bring them to school with me. Well, of course you did.
Yes.
So she doesn't have glasses. She can't drive.
Yeah.
For her, with her vision, she can see up close, so she can do like computer stuff, but she can't drive. She can barely walk across
So
the
you may
room.
have to go down and give the extra
So
glasses?
I'm either going. She has an appointment with America's Contacts on Monday, but it takes you a few days to get the glasses. So either, yeah,
Did
I
we
think
used to have 1 hour thing?
I think
or-
it's Lens Crafters that does the 1
They
hour.
probably don't have one in there, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And it probably costs more.
It's more expensive.
Yeah.
So I'm either today going to overnight her spare glasses to her or just drive down to Columbia today. So I don't know. So anyway, my entire week revolved around nephew and kiddos.
I've been thinking about this, and I shouldn't be doing this, but it comes to mind a story that I too many times have called my daughter, my oldest, the smartest dumb person I've ever met. And
Yes.
it's not nice because she's not dumb, but you understand exactly right now. The great honor.
Yes.
I went swimming with my glasses on.
Yes. And it's this. I'm crying in my car in a Starbucks parking lot watching this happen. Like, I am so proud. She's so smart.
And you're amazed by her intellect
Yes.
and where it came from, and you're like, this is a miracle. How did it happen? She's so smart.
And then she tries to tell me the logic of why she swims with her glasses on. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. Love her to death. And she wouldn't be her without this quirky, weird stuff.
Goes to show you
So-
no one's perfect.
And it always, when this stuff happens, it always reminds me of your story of, I believe you had Megan at your office at work.
Yeah.
And you're looking over, and she's like, just being so good.
It was at home, but yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought it was, see, in my head.
So here's a story, okay?
Yeah.
She was 2.5.
Uh-huh.
really little. And she's sitting at a little table with crayons, and she's coloring, like in the lines,
Yeah.
coloring. I mean, the dexterity to hold everything.
Well, and
the
just
coloring,
to sit there at that age.
Yes.
Yeah, and focus.
and she's coloring a red crayon into where the red should go, 'cause she knows that the picture, that's a red thing. And I look over and I go, this girl is so brilliant. It's amazing how smart she is. I can't believe it. And then I turned over the next second, and she holds the crayon and then starts chewing on the crayon.
I have remembered that story so many times in my life when my kids have done something that just makes me go, wow, they're amazing. And then the inevitable, okay,
Yeah.
we're back to reality here.
Right. And I like that story a lot. It's true, and it shows how brilliant Megan is. But also, it's very, it's parenting. You know, it's a real,
Yeah.
it's just what parenting is all about.
Yeah. And let me say,
Don't get too jacked up for the good stuff, and don't get too upset about the bad stuff.
and I can turn that lens on myself because I don't know how many times I've thought I was all that because of something I did in life. And then,
Speaking of which,
yeah. Oh, God, I don't know what's going to happen here, but I'm excited.
if you want more stories like that, check out this book I wrote about my political career, because that's basically what it is. Things I think I'm doing cool, and then how stupid I am.
Yes. Oh, and let me just say hi to Amy, who's watching, and
Hi, Amy.
wishing Abby a happy birthday, congratulating Molly. Amy, always love that you are a constant listener to this program. We appreciate you.
She, I don't remember. I follow her on Twitter now. She has some great Twitter stuff, but I don't
Yeah.
remember where she told me, because she listens to Tom Hartman, who is a great liberal talk show host.
Whoa.
And I was actually going to play
There's
him.
a unicorn.
I was actually going to play him on KCTK radio,
Uh-huh.
and I had the opportunity to do that, but you had to play all this other junk
Oh.
all with it, and I'm like, can you
It's
cut
a
the
package deal.
Can you cut the price? But she told me you can watch it on Facebook, and I've been watching him during the day.
Is he good?
Oh man, he's brilliant.
And
He's
it's
brilliant.
Tom Hartman?
Yes.
Okay.
And what's amazing to think that Amy listens to him and then us. It's like she has a lot of variety in her life.
Yeah, good for her
Yeah.
for kind of exploring the gamut.
Yeah, brilliance
High quality
and,
and
us.
other quality.
Yes.
Yes.
So here's what's going on in my week. Yesterday we had fun at a Kentucky Derby party at the Lakewood Local. My brother has some racehorses that he brought out. And they
Nice.
sat there and they were just, you could go feed them and pet them and they shit, and it was a lot of fun. And then BS Barbecue, the best catering barbecue in town,
Yeah.
gave out, if you bought a beer, then you could get a pulled pork sandwich, and it was delicious.
That's a great deal.
Yeah, and it was fun. It was in the sun. A lot of friends showed up, and
Yeah, beautiful day for it.
I drank quite a bit.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so much
Yeah.
so that I snored a lot last night.
Okay, see? We had sort of the opposite thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not good to. It was not good for me to snore so much last night. As my wife said, yeah, you snored a lot.
Oh, did it keep her awake?
It did, and
Yeah.
the problem is, today is my 29th wedding anniversary.
Hey, happy
Yeah.
anniversary.
Not a way to have her be very happy about her choice 29 years ago.
Right.
So
So what are you guys going to do to celebrate?
brunch. We're going to brunch.
Where are you going?
We're going to go to the Farmtown, USA.
Farmtown and the Brown Town with the downtown?
Farmtown, USA at the River Key.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the farmhouse there at the River Key.
So and you know how we're getting there?
How? You
We're
gonna,
getting a hot tub time machine.
the River Key. I mean, they really used to all call it. I know that's the actual name, I guess.
Well, it was always a river market, and then they called it the River Key, which means bend in the river or something along those lines.
I don't know.
And then they get a bad reputation because, I don't know, Italian people were blowing each other up down
There was a lot of car bombs
And for some
going
reason,
off.
people didn't want to go there, so they kind
Yeah.
of rebranded it.
But now it's. I read an article one day this week about the 5 most desirable neighborhoods to live in Kansas City.
Uh-huh.
River Market was number 2.
Yeah. It's fun to go down there. You go
It
down there
is.
quite a bit, don't you?
Yeah, I love it down there.
You've been to Farmtown, USA, too,
I have,
right?
yeah.
What do you suggest? there?
Oh, wow. It's been a while since I've been there. Here's what I do remember. They really tried to sell me on the lardons, and I did not care for them when they put them on my salad. So I would say steer clear of the lardons.
I try to already.
Yeah. Well, you've been married 29 years.
Right.
Cry out loud.
But there's not a breakfast thing you get?
I do remember getting some kind of it may have been like a chicken and waffle thing there that I thought was really good. But it has been a minute since I've been to the farm town.
Yeah, USA.
Yes.
Okay, so that's
Well,
great.
that's exciting.
Yeah, so that's it. That's what's been going on. Oh, also yesterday, another podcast this week, I advertised the KCTK All-Stars were going to be at the big event yesterday, and there's a picture of Drew and Tracy.
Dude, I'm sorry.
I don't want to put a lot of pressure on you, but hey, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
And I want listeners, give us a call, 913-735-0060. Tell me your opinion on this. Let's say you had a Happy Days reunion, okay? And you show up,
Yeah.
and there's Ralph Malph and Potsy. No, Ralph Malph and Styx, okay?
How about Styx and what was Richie's older brother?
Right.
Yeah.
Richie's older brother.
Yes. Yeah, who only
Gary or
existed
whatever.
for one
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
Chuck.
Chuck, yeah. Wouldn't you be a little upset?
I'd feel like I was sold a bill of goods, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I apologize. Because you want you want Fonz and Richie, right?
Yeah, that's who you would expect.
And for the KCTK stars, you certainly want Chris Whiting and Kermit.
You sure I'm in the same stratosphere as Kermit?
No, you're
Yeah.
not. But you're second.
Yeah. Dude, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was just we just had to take advantage of that day and go camping. And
Luckily, nobody looking for the KCTK stars were looking for me, so no one bothered me with it whatsoever.
yeah, well, you sent me a picture of the Droosh and Tracy.
Yeah.
And it was a good pick. They look good. They did. All right, we got a news quiz?
Yeah. Let's do some news quiz, folks. That's what you're here for. It's where you learn about the news. I often wonder to our listeners that get caught up every week about what happened last week. I often wonder, what do they do with their extra time? What do you think they do? Since they don't have to watch anything
Yeah.
and learn anything.
You know, I'm hoping they just use it to kind of enrich their relationships, take advantage of that time, look at it as a gift to get closer to the ones that they love. Mm-hmm. I feel like we're bringing families together with this
I
program.
think they drink.
Well, okay.
So here's our
Sounds
question number one. We do
Okay.
top 5 questions.
I mean, seriously.
And then we try to answer them. And we usually do okay. All right, question 1. Whose Manhattan apartment and office were raided at 6 a.m. on Wednesday by federal agents as part of an ongoing investigation into his activities in Ukraine? Or the Ukraine, it should be.
Crazy Rudy Giuliani.
That is exactly correct. What I like about the news of that is that the Trump world is worried about it.
Ooh, well, it appears there would be reason to be worried about
and
it.
then they also stressed a lot about how unprecedented it is to do this to a lawyer.
I heard
And
that a lot, yeah.
I'm like, what gives? You can be a lawyer and do this? Well, here's why it's unprecedented. I learned. If you're an officer of the court and the court asks you for information, you're supposed to give it to him. Mm-hmm. That's even more than just a regular guy. It's like part of your responsibility. Mm-hmm. He wasn't providing any information.
Oh, okay.
So usually a lawyer does it. He's like, oh crap, they got me. I need to provide this information. He wasn't doing it, so that's why they had to raid him.
Well, I saw an interview, and he was wanting to provide them with Hunter Biden's hard drives, but he said they didn't want them.
Yeah, I don't believe that for some
you
reason.
don't?
I believe that they went there and took if there was a hard drive that was there, they took it.
I'm assuming they took, all
Whether
the
it's
electronics
Hunters
they could.
or whoever it was.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, and Amy says happy anniversary to you, and Kelly has joined us. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. How are you, Kelly? Happy anniversary to you, Kelly. Wait,
I don't know if it's her anniversary. Okay.
Okay, question 2. Republicans are demanding the resignation of which member of President Joe Biden's National Security Council over allegations that he once revealed sensitive information to Iran?
Is it Kerry?
It is
Yeah.
not Kerry Bradshaw, but John Kerry.
Oh, I thought it was Kerry Bradshaw.
Yeah. Kerry reportedly discussed Israeli military operations with Iran's foreign minister, which serving as the Secretary of State with President Barack Obama's cabinet. He denies it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. This world is so crazy, Chris, because I see this and I think I don't automatically think he did anything wrong. I'm so fucking tired of the Republicans and their disingenuousness that I don't believe them. You know what I mean?
It's hard.
And
Yeah.
it's like, well, you didn't go after other things that Trump did, but this is something that you want to go after.
Oh, yeah.
But the truth is, he may have done something wrong.
He may have.
You know?
Right. At least you're aware of your bias. I
Yeah.
think that's important. But yeah, oh my God, when I saw, I don't want to go down this road,
And the
but
righteous indignation of them.
when I saw people like Stephen Miller and Kayleigh
Yes.
McEnany tweeting about Biden's address to Congress about his bad tone, like, are you kidding me?
Right.
You're going to talk about tone on that speech? Mm-hmm. For fuck's sake.
You know, there was a lot of news. The Trumpers were saying how high of a ratings Trump got more than Biden. And it's just like they live in an imaginary world.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Trump did get higher ratings.
Yeah.
Okay. And there was more entertainment value when Trump did it.
Oh, for sure.
Biden was boring. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't watch him. Mm-hmm. And one of the reasons I didn't watch is because I agree with everything he said, folks. I don't need to have him tell me that.
Hey,
okay.
I didn't realize how bleeding hard I am. I watched and I started to tear up.
Oh, really?
Because I'm like, this sounds like a compassionate, empathic, caring leader, and it's so
Yeah,
refreshing.
and I'm so there with the guy with what he's doing. He's a lot more liberal even than we
Yeah.
anticipated, and a lot more vibrant. Mm-hmm. I mean, I saw a news article today that they've been doing fact checking on him, and he lies or exaggerates, doesn't tell the full truth every 3 days.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And his exaggerations are when he's off the cuff.
yeah.
Okay, guess how many Trump did? Minimum.
How many
A day.
per day?
Yeah,
I'm going to say 10 per day.
a lot of times that, but at least 3 a day.
And now we have one every 3 days.
And they were all just outright. They weren't exaggerations. They were just plain lies.
Wow.
So anyway,
Yeah.
so John Kerry, I hope they investigate it and see if John
Yeah,
Kerry did
let's-
that. He shouldn't. Also, someone from Iran is saying that he did this. Talk about liars.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys in North Korea and the Trump administration, they're the axis of evil of lying.
I'll
Get
tell
it,
you
folks?
what, though. If there's even a hint of impropriety, those Republicans will resign or, oh, no, they
That's
won't.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. They'll call for someone to resign. Okay, number 3. Which country set a global record for the number of new reported COVID-19 cases in 5 consecutive days?
Oh, this has to be.
We're number 1.
Yeah, India.
number
They
one.
Have you seen the pictures of
It's
like
terrible.
burning, having funeral pyres outside?
Yeah.
Oh, that is just terrifying.
And
scary.
then I don't know if the government has told them to social distance and mask, but there's a news report. They just don't. They're not doing any of it.
Oh man, and you've got such density of population there. That wow.
It's heartbreaking.
Yep.
So, wow. Just when you think maybe the worldwide can get over this.
Yep.
Okay, question 4. Which senator played down the need for COVID-19 vaccine in a radio interview saying, I'm not a fully approved vaccine. It's not a fully approved vaccine.
Man, it could be any of these
Yeah.
crazies.
Choices, folks, are Ron Johnson, Tom Cotton, Tim Scott, Lindsey Graham.
I'm leaning Ron Johnson.
I think so too.
but-
I say we.
Okay, let's go with it. If
let's-
we're both leaning that way.
Let's up the Johnson, if you know what I'm saying. Yep, of course, it's Johnson. Johnson has also suggested that he does not need the vaccine since he contracted the coronavirus last fall, which is contrary to public health guidelines.
Yeah.
So, Tom Cotton is a nut job. Tim Scott is. Did you see his speech?
I saw excerpts. I didn't
Yeah.
watch the whole thing.
He didn't listen to Biden's speech. He just rolled out the Republican,
Yeah.
culture wars. And Lindsey Graham is just an idiot. But Ron Johnson's a stupid person.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at that and I'm like, at this whole passel of crazies, I think he's the most crazy.
Okay. Tell me if you know. I think I've heard the answer because I've been wondering this for a couple weeks. And this sounds really bad, folks. What do I care if you don't get a vaccine? I got a vaccine. You don't get a vaccine. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't.
But here's what someone told me or I saw on TV or someplace, that more people who don't have the vaccine, then they get it and it mutates and it becomes a different strain.
And then we have more variants.
Strain of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you could get it.
And then maybe your vaccine doesn't work against those new variants, and there you are with the COVID anyway, like
Yeah.
a sucker.
Yeah. Well, then I get it.
Yeah.
Even though I did vaccine.
Right.
And I'm wearing a mask and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't work. It just hasn't worked with, hey guys, we're all in this together. It's the right thing to do. It just, people don't care about that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
So let's go for the selfishness, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just different right now. We are so polarized beyond politics.
Yeah.
I mean, in social issues and everything. It's tough.
I saw Jesse Ventura, the former wrestler, former governor of Minnesota.
Right.
He was talking about this. It was fascinating because he's half crazy, but he's like, his point was, I'm so glad this generation wasn't around during World War II because nobody wants to sacrifice to make anything better. They won't put on a mask just to sacrifice. They won't take a vaccine just to sacrifice for the greater good. He says, so glad his parents had to fight that, not this generation now.
That's a fascinating take.
Yeah, it's true, though. And you wear a mask,
I do.
and you've had a vaccine.
I have.
It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, it was 2 shots.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, you're not a hero because of it. I'm not. I mean, you're here for other reasons, Chris.
Right. Yes, of course.
Okay. Final question.
Final quote. We're 4 for 4 so far.
Which actress won her 3rd Academy Award for Best Actress on Sunday for her work in the movie Nomadland?
Yeah.
Nomadland.
Frances McDormand.
Yeah. Isn't she great?
She's fantastic. I went back and rewatched Fargo not too long ago.
Yeah.
God, she's awesome in that.
Have you seen this movie?
I have.
Don't you think it's just like there's other people in it, but they don't really need to be? She just carries the whole show.
She does.
She's so good.
It really is just a character study on her, but you don't even really dive deep into her background.
Yeah.
It's just her just living life.
I did like the way that you finally understood what was going on.
Yeah.
You know, it's good writing. That's good acting as opposed to the very up front. Here's what she did.
Yeah. But it felt like a documentary to me. It didn't feel like a movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was one of the few that was up for Best Picture that I actually saw.
Did you watch the Academy Awards?
I did not.
Yeah.
And apparently I wasn't the only one. I hear the ratings were in the toilet.
Well, I mean, a lot of people like wring their hands about that, but it's like no one saw movies this year.
No, it's a whole different year.
So next year we will watch it because we saw the movies and we're rooting for our favorites. Our favorite. I don't know. And then everyone was upset that the Black Panther guy didn't win. Mm-hmm. And I didn't see his performance. I don't know.
I didn't see his performance, and I didn't see Anthony Hopkins, so I don't know. But then, of course, it's also the craziness of turning art into a contest.
Yes, it's insane. And if you want to know more about our thoughts on that, please check out last week, past week, next week.
Ooh, wow. You said a mouthful.
Thank you. All right.
All right, we did pretty good.
This is the time when we're done with the quiz, and we look down. We say, "I think I need more coffee."
Oh God, yes. Oh,
So-
I do.
So let's do that. Let's take a break, and we will be back. And we'll be back with more Past Week next week with Chris and Paul.
Yay.
Looking at the past 7 days so you don't have to. You could join in on the experiment by calling or texting us at 913-735-0060.
We've been told that perfect mornings exist for the lucky few. That morning people own the waking hours. But the truth is, mornings belong to all of us. Your mornings are what you make of them. All it takes is saying yes. Starbucks Morning Yes.
Look for Starbucks coffee in a grocery store near you, then sit back and enjoy the exceptional taste of Starbucks at home.
Hi, Tom Gully from The Tom Gully Show here. Listen to the show every weekday at 5 p.m. right here on KCTK Radio, personality-driven radio.
Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Also on the web at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. We're a recognized 501c3 charity organization, so you'll receive a maximum tax deduction. What's more, you'll receive a free vacation voucher of 3 days and 2 nights.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
This is Tracy from Tracy's Tips and Dips. Listen to the show every weekday at 11:30 a.m. and our live show Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. right here on KCTK Radio, personality-driven radio.
Well, it's all appropriate that Blue, the official puppy of this program, walked into the room as we start talking about Ranger Rob's pet poopy bags. And I'm going to bring this around to what we did last week. Chris, you went camping.
I sure did.
Did anybody have to go, like, a number 2 or anything anywhere?
I'm sure somebody did. I didn't in this particular trip, but
Your nephew?
He probably did. He went over to the bathhouse more than I did.
Okay.
And I could not believe how many dogs were in the campground. They were everywhere.
Was there
And I'm almost...
Was there dog fecal matter everywhere?
I didn't see any, but those dogs had to poop. They were everywhere.
Speaking of little pooper, here comes Gilly coming down the stairs.
Oh, Gilliam.
So if you're at a campground, this is another place that when you're,
perfect.
You pack your tent, you pack your
bowl.
Right. I don't know if it's appropriate, but you pack everything else. Just get yourself Ranger Rob's pet poopy bags. This is a 1-month supply, but you can just put it with your camping gear. Why? Because it's cost-effective, eco-friendly pet poopy bags, easy to manage handles, extra wide. They're for all pets, large, small, and hopefully those people were picking up their waste, probably with an inferior product.
Probably.
But if they had this, they would like it.
They may have gotten it on their hands. They probably didn't have an extra wide opening like you've got there.
Thank you. And then if you get your hands dirty in the camp, it's not like you can just go to the sink and clean it.
Right.
Either. It's a pain.
Oh,
you gotta
it's
go
a
to the
pain.
stream.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. So pick up your dog or your nephew's dookie with Ranger Rob's pet poopy bags. You can get it at www.rangerrobshop.com or on Amazon. I got this for $8.95. And when you get it, and you get it good. You tell them that Gilly sent you, and also Blue.
Oh, yeah, don't forget Blue. Oh, these dogs love me.
And welcome back to Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul.
Yay!
I spend 95% of my life with these dogs.
Yeah.
And I'm down here in the studio or upstairs, they're with me. They act like they're neglected, don't they?
I mean, I think they're just, oh, we have a guest. It's fun. I want to show off. Look what I can do. Look what I can do.
It's pretty annoying, I think.
Yeah. They're lovely.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Hey, we're going to try to call a friend of ours who's in town. We tried to get him on the podcast. And he's not here, so we'll see if he'll take our call.
Yeah, who knows?
He is you guys may know him. He used to coach the Chiefs.
Oh, wow.
Then was he fired?
Yeah, I believe he was fired and then he passed away. So this is great that we're able to call him here.
Yeah. What did I do there wrong? Oh, one more. Okay. So we're gonna try to call the ghost of Gunther Cunningham and ask him how the Chiefs did in their draft.
Oh, man.
It's gonna be a hilarious comedy bit, or
it's just gonna bomb so bad.
You've reached the voicemail of Pat Ketting.
Oh, well, it's already bombed.
Okay, we got that out of the way. We tried that, so let's get you up to date with some other stuff. Some stuff that you care about more than anything else, and that is called show business news.
Tell you what, little Blue here won't let me stop petting her. Watch what happens when I stop. She grabs my...
It's so adorable and so annoying at the same time.
Aw, she's needy. Baby.
Blue, leave him alone.
All right, sorry, Blue.
Thanks for listening to me. Blue, down.
I got to report the showbiz news.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Reese Witherspoon did some reflecting. Reese Witherspoon. She did some reflecting after watching the Britney Spears documentary. Reese Witherspoon and Britney Spears ended marriages the same year and were raising 2 kids as single moms. And Witherspoon says their treatment couldn't have been more different. The Big Little Lies star and producer talked about the Framing Britney Spears documentary and how it highlighted for her the similarities between her and the pop star's lives years ago.
I get this information, this top showbiz news.
Yeah.
From CNN.
Mm-hmm. It's fresh. It's hot.
Yeah,
it's hip,
I don't know why they don't put on there that Paul and Chris once talked about watching Schitt's Creek one time. I mean, we talk about other people's things that have nothing to do with them too.
That's true.
Yeah,
maybe we'll be quoted on here someday. I did see that Britney's going to get like her day in court to talk about her guardianship thing, whatever's happening.
That's good.
So yeah, so good for her.
From what I know, here's what I think. Okay, I think she should get her rights back.
Yeah,
she's as loony as they come, but man, you can't swing a dead cat in this country without a loony person being able to decide their own things.
Preach.
Speaking of which, Kelly Osbourne speaks out about cancel culture.
Oh,
I've been waiting for this forever. Cancel culture has really affected us, and I'm always sitting around going, what does Joe Biden say about it? Was former President Obama? No, I don't care. What does Kelly Osbourne say about this? Here it is, Chris.
Okay.
Buckle up. Kelly Osbourne is speaking out against cancel culture. I didn't know what was really going on in this country. That's not English. Because I just thought it was simply not being racist, that being not racist was enough. It's not. It's actually not. You have to be actively not racist and educate yourself and learn, and don't be afraid to make a mistake. Everyone's so afraid of cancel culture. Osbourne said it in a recent interview. I mean, if that doesn't let you know about cancel culture.
Yeah.
I can't tell if she's for it or against it either.
And here's my question. Why was she being interviewed recently?
Because she was going to speak about cancel culture.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Back to you, Chris.
Okay, thanks, Paul. Willow Smith shares that she's polyamorous on Red Table Talk. If you are Willow Smith and ready to share your truth, the only place you can do it is on Red Table Talk. The 20-year-old daughter of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith chose Wednesday's episode of the Facebook watch show Red Table Talk, which she co-hosts with her mom and maternal grandmother, Adrienne Grammy Banfield Norris. Gammy. Sorry. Yeah, there's no R in there.
Sorry, folks.
Adrienne Gammy Banfield Norris, to reveal that she is polyamorous, defined as being involved in more than one romantic relationship at the same time.
Wow, that's... I don't know. I want to criticize this, Chris, but I can't.
Okay.
Since we are, also a Facebook program, they're on the network, But she's polyamorous, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the past we used to call those people whores and everything like that.
Oh, wow.
Come on. That was uncalled for.
That was not appropriate.
Yeah. Good for her. She has a lot of...
Well, I'll say this,
lovers.
those Smith kids definitely have marched to the beat of their own drummer, kind of from the get-go, and,
Do you ever wonder about your kids? You told them, you grew up and you told them, you're special, you can do things.
Mm-hmm.
And could you imagine what they told these kids? These kids...
No.
Could you imagine having an ego like that?
No. I can't imagine having an ego.
Yeah. Here's some good news. I mean, the top three were real stinkers. Maybe this is better. Leslie Jones is the host of the 2021 MTV Movies and TV Awards. Mm-hmm. The former SNL star was announced as the host of MTV. The awards will air May 16th. Jones is also nominated for Best Comic Performance in her role in Coming to America. Past hosts of the show include Tiffany Haddish, Kevin Hart, Adnan Devine, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I love Leslie Jones. I think she's hilarious.
Yeah.
There's nothing more phony than the MTV Awards.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And do you remember, folks, MTV used to be a thing. And so they made this award and was like, oh, this is interesting. Who gives a flying F word?
We have too many award shows. It's just, we're saturated with them, and yeah.
The MTV, they would have the video awards because that's what they did.
Right.
But this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
Back to you, Chris.
And follow Leslie Jones on Twitter.
Oh, please do.
She does commentary to TV shows that are happening, and it's hilarious. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, give her a follow.
Yeah.
Well, hey, how about this? Jay-Z on raising kids with Beyonce and their quarantine life. Jay-Z rarely gives interviews, so when he talks about life and family, people listen.
Oh, yeah.
The rapper mogul recently talked to promote his new partnership with Puma and shared about life in quarantine. Puma.
Okay.
And his superstar wife, Beyonce. Their 9-year-old daughter, Blue Ivy, and their soon-to-be 4-year-old twins, Rumi and Sir. In the beginning, it was time for everyone to sit down and really connect and really focus on family and being together and take this time to learn more about each other, he said. And then as it wore on, it's like, okay, all right, what is this, the new normal?
Yeah, I like that.
I appreciate that take. That's nice.
I have dreamed of being in quarantine with Beyonce.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And
like a day or so.
I love Puma shoes, so this story speaks to both of us.
Yeah. Back to me, Chris.
Yeah, finally.
Master of None return date set at Netflix with a twist.
Oh.
Yeah. Master of None, the acclaimed Aziz Nazar-led Netflix comedy is returning for season 3. But it's unclear how much Aziz Ansari. Come on, Aziz. What's up? Treat yourself. Will appear at all. Netflix on Monday unveiled the first look at the new season, which it said will chronicle the relationship of Denise and her partner, Alicia. Ansari, who co-created the series with Alan Yang, wrote the season with Wait. He also directed. So, I don't know. I guess it's very similar to Happy Days was focused on Chuck.
I guess so.
And then they had to move it to Richie.
Have you watched that show?
Yeah, I liked the first season a lot.
I
never
haven't
really
watched it.
I never really watched the second season.
But isn't the guy you hate in there too? Eric Wareheim?
I don't really hate him. I just would like to punch him.
You just want to punch him in the face.
Because he has a very punchable face. But I don't hate him at all. I watch all his programs.
Okay, cool. Well,
here we are, folks.
Yeah.
This is the time you've been waiting for. It's a very special feature. Where we were going to do this more, but laziness kicked in. But this is called Improv Games for Two People.
Oh, this sounds fun.
So we're going to do 3 improv games, okay?
Okay.
The first one's word association. This warm-up exercise is pretty straightforward, but you can help build energy. One improviser, it's you or me,
Okay.
start by saying a random word, and their partner says another word inspired for the first word. On and on until we can't do it anymore.
Okay. Then think about. Okay.
So put your laughing pants on and strap in, everybody.
But we're not trying to be random here, right? It's supposed to be inspired by whatever word. Okay.
Will you go first?
I will.
Okay.
Schnickerdoodle.
Cookie puss.
Granulated sugar.
Powdered sugar.
Powder the movie with that albino kid.
Powder keg.
Kegger.
Handstand.
Kickstand.
Stand and deliver.
Morgan Freeman.
Sidney Poitier.
Guess who's coming to dinner?
Spencer Tracy.
Okay. Tracy Morgan.
Oh, I want to get you pregnant behind the elementary school, behind the junior high school.
How have we not become all-stars at improv?
Right. You got another one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I got to say.
No, you got something to that?
To add to that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get you pregnant behind the middle school. Condom.
Baby.
Schitt's Creek.
Up the junction.
Ooh, squeeze.
And
This is not related, but does Gilly...
Charmin.
Mr. Whipple. Does Gilly ever fart?
Yeah.
Does it smell really bad?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sitting in it right now.
Okay, that was our first. That was our first game. That was a lot of fun. I found amusing of it.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, you want me to start
Yeah.
the next one here? Okay.
Yeah.
So this next, the goal of this next game is to create a story with a clear beginning, middle, and end, as well as distinct characters. Challenge yourself to create and share clear characters, adopting mannerisms, blah, 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 as you share the scene with your partner. Wait, am I at the... Oh, I started down too low. This is the one word at a time story.
Yeah.
So you take turns telling a story one word at a time, alternating each word with your partner. The game can get even more challenging in a large group, which we don't have.
Okay.
So basically, we say one word to create a story
Yes.
back and forth. Okay.
Okay, you ready? I'm gonna
Yep.
start.
Okay.
Once.
Upon
A.
mattress
There.
was
Gilly.
and
Blue.
doing
Dog stuff. That's what 2 words. Sorry. Period.
okay. They
Slept.
in
The.
puddle
Of.
love.
Because.
Blue
Loved.
everything,
And.
anything,
Plus.
most thing. Oh, most.
But.
She
didn't
evolve
into
the
fully
woke
canine
she
was
aspiring
to be.
Therefore,
Gilly
decided
it
was
her
prerogative
to
evaluate
each
and
every
one
of
Blue's
farts with
oh wait, it's my turn.
oh
By
sniffing
where
the
farts
don't
prefer
shine. Okay, so that was a good.
That was a good story.
Yeah,
I hope somebody was writing that down.
yeah.
That
That's
was a good
basically this. It's good for the woke generation to help other people become woke.
Yeah, yeah.
It also shows our love of dogs
Mm-hmm.
and our immature humor style with the farts.
Oh, if it's a body function, we find it hilarious.
Oh God. Okay. All right.
Are we gonna do this third?
Do our
one?
next one, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go, folks. It's called Questions Only. Questions can be a crutch for many people. Okay, here it is. The two-person improv game involves only speaking in questions in the whole scene. That is, you cannot repeat questions, and you should try to move the scene forward. So you have questions, but you don't just throw questions. They have to somehow be related.
And before we move into that, just as it's still related here, Amy says that when she was little, her dog's name was Charmin, and they named her first male puppy Mr. Whipple.
Oh, that's nice.
I think Mr. Whipple may be the coolest dog name I've ever heard.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun. Okay. So, okay, now the questions game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's start the scene. You ready?
Uh-huh.
You ask the question, and then we'll continue.
Okay, so I'm just asking you any kind of question.
Yeah.
All right.
To move the scene along.
Sure. Are you having fun?
Am I supposed to?
Oh, God, this is harder than I thought.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, what else are you going to do?
Am I supposed to just sit here for your entertainment?
Have you thought about what I would like to see?
Does it look like I have?
Do you think I enjoy this t-shirt?
I don't know why you wouldn't. Wait. That's a statement.
Oh, that is a statement. Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Don't you think its message is a little in your face?
Shouldn't people be happy with the great message it gives?
Do they realize the great right that they have?
Why are some people so stupid?
What people are you talking about?
Isn't that obvious?
I'm not sure that I know where this is going. See how I tried to make that a question?
We'll let it stand. As long as you give me a beat here. Are you concerned that this is not going to be productive?
Well, didn't you think about that before we started?
Why is it all of our special features are not funny?
I'm betting we're not the only ones who are wondering that right now. Don't you agree? I'm the worst. I'm just the absolute worst.
You know what?
Yeah?
That's a question.
Oh, it is. You know?
Do you know what? It's a question. Yeah, is a question. Would it be okay if I left?
I don't know who would mind. That's not a question. God dang it.
Who would mind?
Who would mind if you did?
Do you think anyone would care?
Do you think anyone's wondering how long this sketch is going to be?
No. So that was pretty deep too.
Yeah, that was good.
First I was angry, then I tried to be nicer. One of the improv things that you try to make conflict and you're angry.
Oh, to kind of amp it up a little bit?
It's just like a natural thing to create it's like you start doing the argument and stuff.
Yeah.
But real good ones don't do that. You watch. That's why Will Ferrell's real funny because he's always in agreement with people. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. God, it makes me wish I would love to like take improv and actually practice the skills and learn what to do. You've done that before.
The problem I had was when I would think of like the funniest line, right? I could think of the funniest. This is a sliding scale, folks. Not that I ever had anything funny. It's the funniest I could think of. And then I try to hit it out of the park. And then they're like, well, that didn't really advance the scene. That just kind of made you say something funny.
Oh, God, that'd be hard. Yeah.
You ever watch The Office?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You've seen Michael Scott and his improv? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, by the way. Got the Michael Scott mug today.
Oh.
So that's
awesome.
That made me be an improver just like him.
Yeah. Wow.
Only
and I have the U.S. Capitol mug, so that made me be an insurrectionist.
And that's our special feature, folks. We are going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be right back with the KC Scoop.
Yeah, this is great.
It really is. We'll be right back with more Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul.
Oh, yay.
Hey, man, is that Freedom Rock? Yeah, man. Well, turn it up, man. Lord, I was born a rambling man. Everybody join me. Start love free. The ink is black. The page is white. Don't you want somebody to love? Making friends for the world to see. To everything turn, turn, turn. If I leave here tomorrow. Freedom Rock has it all, man. 40 original rock hits by the original artists. On 4 records, 3 cassettes, or 2 CDs. Here's more. In the white room with black curtains. You see, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. Sunshine, go away today. We never pass this way again. Come on, people now. Man, you should get Freedom Rock too. 4 records or 3 cassettes are only $19.95. 2 CDs, only $24.95. Here's how to order.
Call toll-free 1-800-632-1700 or save COD fees by sending $19.95 for records or cassettes or $24.95 for compact discs, plus $3 shipping to Freedom Rock, P.O. Box 1653, Greenville, Tennessee.
Kansas City.
She's... All right, here's the KC Scoop, folks. First thing I know is Gilly doesn't like us being down here.
No,
and her
she
mama
doesn't.
being gone.
Yeah, she's sad.
So, Chris, let's get the KC Scoop going.
All right, here's things to know, folks. Jackson County has changed its public health guidelines to reflect the CDC's latest recommendation, including no masks required outdoors in public settings. So, this took effect just yesterday on Saturday. Your masking and social distancing are not required outdoors, though it is recommended with medium to large gatherings. All people, including those who are vaccinated, must still wear masks in public indoor settings, and small gatherings of fully vaccinated people, both indoors and outdoors, are permitted with no restrictions, though large gatherings are discouraged. And social distancing isn't required indoors, but it's recommended wherever possible. There you go.
That's good news. Here's some
That is
bad
good
news
news.
for our area.
Aw.
Just how stupid these guys are. The Missouri Senate rejects funding for voter-approved Medicaid expansion. The Missouri Senate voted against funding Medicaid expansion Wednesday night after a debate that will not be the final word on whether 275,000 Missourians become eligible for coverage on July 1st. By a 14-20 vote, with 4 Republicans breaking ranks and the rest of the party, the Senate rejected an amendment to the Department of Mental Health budget. The Senate completed work on the $35.1 billion spending plan for the year that begins July 1st after midnight, following roughly 8 hours of debate. So they wouldn't do Medicaid expansion to get money from the federal government when people were telling them to do that, Chris.
Right.
Believe me. Then the people did a referendum, and now these idiots still won't do it.
So wait, are you telling me they're ignoring the will of the voters in the state?
Yeah, the Republicans in the legislature, and it's infuriating.
Yeah.
But they'll probably be revoted again. Back to you, Chris.
Well, it's because of God, guns, and the good old GOP, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, how about this? New lawsuits threatened in dispute over Confederate monument in Liberty. The Sons of Confederate Veterans announced the group's leaders would be exploring legal action against the City of Liberty in a dispute over a Confederate monument in the city's Fairview Cemetery. The 23-foot tall monument, topped off with a generic Confederate soldier, has been in the cemetery since 1904. In recent years, the marker has been a flashpoint for controversy.
This is interesting because I dug a little bit deeper into this one.
Yeah.
And the people that don't want the monument to leave are like, you can't desecrate a cemetery and move all these, these
the bodies?
Bodies and stuff. And the proponents are like, yeah, we're not saying that. We just want this
We
monument
just want the statue gone.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's some 3 things to know for the future. Upcoming. Overland Park Whataburger breaks ground and deal with the Kansas City Royals unveiled. Patrick Mahomes' dream Whataburger locations in Kansas City Metro is another step closer to coming true. The new Whataburger franchise in Overland Park broke ground last week at 8420 West 135th Street in concert with 2 other locations groundbreaking in Lee Summit and Independence, according to press release. So Whataburger's coming. Patrick Mahomes made it happen, and also Patrick, being one of the new owners of the Royals, got the Royals involved. So that's exciting.
That
the
is.
Royals, who have the best record in the Major League Baseball.
Love the Royals, our boys in blue. And excited for the Whataburger that's going to be coming here in Independence.
That's right.
Yeah, they've got the ground all leveled. And
I cannot wait to eat a Whataburger sober.
Can you do that?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Hey, here's some events coming up this week. Today, Jay Fowler's at Parlor from 12 to 2. So, folks, get ready to head out there as soon as we're done. That's at 17th and Locust in Kansas City. Live music brunch, bottomless mimosas at Parlor from noon to 2. Come on out, enjoy the great atmosphere and live music every Sunday. Parlor's fun. I don't know if you've been there.
I've heard of it. I've always wanted to go there.
It's like an indoor food court. They've got several different stations, and I think it's folks that are like starting out in the restaurant biz, and then some of them have done well and moved out into their own space. But they always have a different mix of food that you can get, live music, bottomless mimosas. Just go do it.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday, May 5th. So that's Cinco de Mayo. Spring Dance Speaks, New Voices, New Moves, 6 to 7 p.m. at the Kansas City Ballet, 500 West Pershing Road. The Kansas City Ballet presents Spring Dance Speaks, New Voices, New Moves. It's part of the Kansas City Ballet's commitment to engage the community at large with a unique educational series. So that's fun if you're into ballet and all of that. And then finally, Friday, May 7th, Backyard Movies, 7:30 to 8:30, North Kansas City, Missouri. 408 Armour Road, outdoor movies hosted by Screenland Armour in their parking lot out back. That's a fun movie theater, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Bring chairs, enjoy a movie under the stars, family-friendly films with beer and concessions sold in the parking lot. Sponsored by Boulevard Brewing Company. I'll say this, North Kansas City.
They got it going on, don't they?
They're up and coming. It's fun. They got to go spend some time in North Kansas City, folks.
Isn't it exciting
fun
all these
area.
summer things are happening, and we're back out of the quarantine. And,
oh, yes.
we can enjoy it. And if you want more information about any of this stuff, if we read it too fast, just contact the station. We can tell you more.
Yeah.
Here's the weather you need to get ready for next week. Today's rain likely, possible thunderstorm, mostly cloudy, low around 60s. But then I saw earlier today it's going to be up to 75. So
yeah, so who knows?
I don't know. Monday, rain likely, near high of 72. Tuesday, chance of rain, mostly cloudy, near 61. And then Wednesday, mostly sunny, high near 66. Thursday, mostly sunny, high near 65. So hopefully it won't rain too much, and it will be a great week.
Yeah, let's get ready to enjoy it, folks. Come on.
That
That's all we've got.
Has been your KC Scoop. That's all you ever need to know about what's going on in Kansas City. Brought to you by Chris and Paul.
That's us. More K-Tel.
24 funky hits by the original stars. Ohio Express.
Yummy, 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 I got love in my tongue.
Brian Hyland.
An itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini.
Hollywood Argyle.
Look at that caveman go.
Ray Stevens. 1910 Fruit Gum Company.
And you will never be out.
Surfing Bird. Nashville Cat. Bread and Butter. Bonnie Maroney. And many more. Remember Shirley Ellis.
Shirley, for Burley, banana, pineapple,
Larry Bird.
Please, Mr. Custer.
The Royal Guardsmen.
But the bear shot him down.
Curses wild again. Get Goofy Greats. 24 of the world's greatest novelty hits by the original stars. $5.99 from K-Tel. Tape $6.99.
Hi there, how you doing? Coach here out at Ridgewood Donuts and Bakery. I just want to remind you, we're going to have a great time out here. I hope you can come out. It's at Blue Ridge Boulevard out here in Kansas City. Buy some donuts, support a local business. I'd sure appreciate it. Say it with me. How about those Chiefs?
Welcome back, everybody.
Thanks.
You just heard that ad from Ridgewood Donuts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Got Almost Andy Reid, good friend of the program.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pimping out for Ridgewood Donuts, which is a great business, delicious donuts.
Yeah.
So couldn't agree with Coach more.
Well, I had someone last night say, "Hey, I got a question for you. I'm trying to use the Ridgewood Donuts app.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you order too early, they're going to say they're out. Like I tried to order for a Saturday at noon.
Oh, uh-huh.
Well, it says that they're out of apple fritters or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I want it in the future, so I have to wait till they clear it out or something.
Oh.
So he was trying to ask me how to do this, and as you can tell right now, how excited I am to be an expert at this app. And it's like I get to talk about what I love.
Yeah.
And that's donuts. And somehow I had a theory about what the best time was to order them and some type of thing. And this is what I think my life is about, is to become an expert at this.
Hey, sometimes we find our purpose not when we're looking for it, but it just happens upon us. And that may have just been the case for you.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting, everybody.
Boy,
so
that is.
Check out donuts. And if you like donuts, you'll like Ridgeway. That's their slogan, I think.
Yeah, except they actually use their real name, which is Ridgewood.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's try it again. If you don't like Ridgeway, check out Ridgewood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's much better. I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would? Paul would. Ridgewood.
That was excellent.
Thanks. That's improv, dude.
Yep. You must have learned from our very special. Okay, hey, folks, there's some headlines you need to get ready for next week and some predictions. So here's some headlines and some predictions with Chris and Paul.
Yeah.
Back to you, Chris.
Hey, thanks, Paul. Florida's Republican-led legislature became the latest to pass new rules on voting that black lawmakers said would make it harder for millions of voters, especially people of color, to cast ballots. Governor Ron DeSantis, who has called voting security a top priority, said he would sign the bill. He claims the measure is in no way racist and vowed that as long as they vote the right way, black votes will count just as much as white votes. Paul?
Thanks, Chris.
Sure.
FBI counterintelligence agents visited Rudy Giuliani in late 2019 to warn him he was the target of Russian disinformation campaign to damage President Biden, the likely 2020 opponent of his former client, former President Donald Trump. Giuliani eventually ignored the warning and traveled to Ukraine in December 2019 to try to find unflattering for incriminating information about Biden and his son Hunter. During the visit, the FBI agents also informed Giuliani that Bigfoot does not exist, dinosaurs did not build the pyramids, and that the earth is indeed round. Chris?
Hey, thanks, Paul. The Food and Drug Administration promised to propose rules. I don't know what's up with Gilliam over here.
She's crying loud. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, sorry. The Food and Drug Administration promised to propose rules within a year to ban the sale of menthol cigarettes and small flavored cigars in a bid to reduce smoking among black and young smokers. Sensing they may need to adjust their business, Swisher Sweets has announced they will be launching a new adult beverage line with the tagline, "Finally, the great taste of a cigar in a seltzer."
Wow.
Paul?
That's exciting. Thanks, Chris. At least 5 federal civilian agencies appear to have been breached in a hack affecting Pulse Security FPN, a widely used remote connective tool. Hackers with suspect ties to China took advantage of the vulnerabilities in the system to gain access to government agencies, defense companies, and financial institutions in the U.S. and Europe, according to a report released earlier this month. The breach came after thousands of government bureaucrats clicked an email advertisement promising longer, harder, and wetter performance for men. Chris?
Thanks, Paul. A Florida nurse performed a butt injection on a patient while waiting for her virtual court hearing to start.
Nice.
The Miami Herald tweeted a picture of a man getting a butt injection from a female nurse during the Zoom court hearing. It's my understanding that the defendant was actually the nurse or whoever was giving the injection, which actually makes it a gazillion times more bizarre, a court official said, and continued, "Plus, I've never seen a syringe before that was 7 inches long and had that many veins in it." Paul?
And finally, Chris.
Thank God.
A man who drove a car into a retention pond is now facing charges. Investigators say Justin Lorison went to a home asking a woman who lives there for help after he was kicked out by his grandmother. After the woman refused the request, records show the woman went back inside, then looked out the window to see that Lorison had left. Later, witnesses told police the car appeared to lose control and end up in a retention pond. The woman said, "I didn't tell him to drive into the pond. I told him to go jump in the lake."
Ah, yes. Yes.
Sometimes you just grab the lowest fruit and you move on.
I get it. I get it, buddy. Hey, I have a little update I want to share here. Kelly says that she finally had an apple fritter from Ridgewood, and it's ruined her for all other apple fritters because they pale in comparison, and I could not agree more.
They're delicious.
They're so tasty. Oh, my gosh.
If I ran my own donut company, and I would call it Ridgeway.
Yes, you would. Yes.
I make those apple fritters a little smaller.
They're
charged the same.
Ridiculously huge.
Yeah, they're gigantic.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I better have half.
Yeah.
And then you're like looking at it going,
and
there's
then you're
half
like,
left.
There's just half left. Who's going to eat that?
Right.
So then you're like, I'll just finish it. Yeah, I'll tell you what.
And then it's like, well, I've only had one, so I'll have another blueberry.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at this little blueberry.
Yeah.
Or this little red velvet. I mean, I can't. Now it's lonely, so I'm going to eat that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, those fritters are ridiculous. Ridgewood's got big ones. You know that.
Yeah. So, Chris. We have a next week coming up.
We do.
So what's going on with you?
Having next week coming up. You know, I actually have nothing planned right now, which is kind of crazy. No camping trips coming up. It's just back to work, and I do feel like we're getting more and more back to normal. My wife's cousin is in town today, so we may
Sweet Caroline?
Yeah, Sweet Caroline's back in town, so we may be heading down to the Caddy Shack this evening to get a pizza and sit outside on their new deck that they put in during the pandemic, which is nice. Yeah,
I like their old deck too.
Yeah, well, it's the same deck, but they covered part of it and they put heaters in there, so it's a nicer setting. And you know, they've got fantastic pizza, so big fan of the Caddy Shack pizza. If you live out east and you don't want to drive all the way to the River Key to get your pizza, then go to Lakewood Local because they've got fantastic pizza as well.
Very good, yeah. They really do have good pizza.
What do you got going on
That's
this
not
week?
Carol. I would also. I don't want to make a stretcher, but you know how I described Drew and Jack, who's all up in your face.
Yeah,
I'm putting Caroline in that group of a fun time Charlie. She's a fun person to be around.
She is. Yeah, I always have a ball with Caroline when we hang out. She came in for a wedding that was last night, so I hope it went well.
Congratulations, Caroline, on your new wedding, getting married. She got married, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad she got married. It's good for her.
Yes. Oh God. And Kelly saying, so you're saying size does matter when it comes to the Ridgewood apple fritter.
It does.
It does.
And-
It's a bit much.
But I'm saying sometimes the smaller one's okay. It still can be delicious and satisfying.
It will get the job done.
It will get the job done. That's all I've been trying to say for the last million years.
Hey, and then Amy's asking, where is Ridgewood Donuts located? I'm going to have to stop in next time I'm out there. It's 4309 Blue Ridge Boulevard. It's basically 40 Highway and Blue Ridge.
Yeah, right across the street from the big bank.
Yeah. If you know where the big, tall Blue Ridge Bank building is by the old Blue Ridge Mall.
What's the name of the grocery store across the street?
There's like a Sunfresh right across the street there. Yeah.
But Amy, just get the app and just have them delivered to you.
Will they deliver it to Amy? She's like out on the Kansas side.
Oh, is she?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She may have to.
You know what we may have to do is ask her to be a guest and send her some donuts.
Oh, yeah.
I like to have her know her political
Oh, you're
thoughts.
not. You don't know what her political thoughts are.
No. I should say this. I want to hear. I want to hear more of them.
Hear it from her own mouth,
Yeah,
not just
because
on
she's
Twitter
very
or
enlightened.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I want to tell you about this upcoming week. First of all, we have we're going to be doing the Health Detective.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do an episode of Generations Unite, our monthly show where we talk about generations.
Nice.
Myself and Megan, who is featured in the HBO Max documentary.
Yeah,
Persona.
that's cool. Yeah.
Don't blink. Don't blink if you watch it. And then, of course, we have a great week review. Here's the problem, though, Chris.
Oh, what's the problem?
We use the Podbeam to distribute our podcast, and the one that I use for the week review is not getting over to Apple or to Google Play.
What's happening with that?
I don't know. You put in a tech support request, and I haven't got any response back yet.
Oh boy.
So this is fine if you're listening to us on Apple, because most people listen on Apple Podcast.
Right.
Okay. So I urge you, folks. If you listen to us, then download the KCTK radio app, and then you can just listen to the podcast anytime you want. They're all there. You don't have to rely on Apple and Tim Apple and his tech. We started our own thing. We have this My Pillow guy. He and I both started this way, so we're not, big tech isn't trying to.
Hey, yeah,
come after it. Yeah. Did you see? Big tech must really be after Josh Hawley, because I saw on Twitter, Facebook, and Google ad that he's selling a book. So
well, of course, of course he is. Oh wow. Well, I hope you get that figured out.
Yeah, I'm sure once they get the message, they'll help us out.
Sure.
It's a handful of people are upset, but also I have coming up this week my 6-month check for cancer. See, I'm still cancer free.
Oh, okay.
I feel positive about it.
Yeah.
I get to graduate to a year after this.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, thoughts and prayers.
That's involved going. You gotta go do your blood, and then you gotta go back and talk to. Someone.
They don't have to.
No.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
Gotcha.
Thank goodness. And here's the conversation. Here's what I anticipate. Well, we looked at your chart. We looked at all the results. You were cancer free. You seem pretty healthy. We do recommend that you lose weight.
Have you ever heard that from a medical professional?
That's the only thing they ever say to me for some reason.
Well, hey, if it makes you feel any better, I get the same thing. So.
No, you don't.
I do. Yeah.
Well, then you need to eat more donuts because it's not obvious.
Eat more donuts. Hey, Amy asked a quick question here and said, did you and Jane figure out the vehicle situation?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't follow up on that. So just real quick, we were kind of panicking like, oh, we got to find a car. We got to find a car. And we just took a step back, took a deep breath. My in-laws are giving us the truck. So I am going to drive, and I am so excited about this. I'm going to drive a 2005 Chevy Silverado.
That's awesome.
4-wheel drive, badass truck with 22,000 miles. And Jane's going to drive my car until we find the right deal. So we're not going to push this. We're going to wait till we find a car and go, yes.
So this is a badass truck you got.
It's a bad. It's. I don't know if he put glass packs on it, but it rumbles. Like.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
This is my level of knowing if it's a really badass car. If you were still in Truman High School, would you back it in to Reefer Row?
Yes, I'd back it into Reefer Row.
Okay.
You kidding me?
All right, then there must be a bitchin' car.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. So.
Okay.
So we are taking our time. We were all excited. Friday, we went to test drive a car that we found online at McCarthy Hyundai. It was a Nissan Murano, like 3 years old, 25 grand, a good price for this car, totally loaded.
Is that like the mix of the black and the white?
No, that's a mulatto.
Oh,
and I think that's no good these days.
Yeah, don't say that.
But when we got there, the salesman was like, yeah, he goes, we had to pull it off the lot. There was just too many problems with it. He goes, so just be glad. He goes, we sent it to auction because it just wasn't working. I'm like, well, crap. Because we kind of decided we liked the Murano. So now we're like, I don't know if that's the car we want to go after. So I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to take our time till we find the right
you don't have to
deal.
worry about it.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily you don't give a shit about cars, so.
Apparently I don't anymore.
But it's a freedom for you. So thanks, Amy, for bringing that up. No one here cared.
Yes.
So yeah, that's our show, folks. Let's take it out, Chris.
All right.
Let's take it out good.
I'm just going to go ahead
Take it
and
out real good.
pull it out here. Thanks for listening to Past Week Next Week with Chris and Paul. Since you love the program, please rate and review the podcast on your favorite podcast distributor. We'd love to hear from you, and you can contact us at 913-735-0060 or at pastweeknextweek@gmail.com and join the Past Week Next Week Facebook page. Also, make sure you listen to all the great programs on KCTK Radio, Delmarva Talk Radio, and Good Talk Radio.
Yeah.
Plus, support our sponsor by picking up some Ranger Rob Pet Poopy Bags. On behalf of Paul, I'm Chris saying goodbye.
And on behalf of Chris, I want to have us get ready for the next week because, it's May. And so I thought I'd do something happy.
If you want more information about this content, then you have some real weirdness going on. You can always check out KCTK Radio on Facebook. Listen to live programs at kctkradio.com. Yes, and that is on the World Wide Web. Thank you.